What's up, guys? Fire Cigar here. First blog, so this is going to be a learning process. Not only that, but also with cigars in general, which is a new hobby that I'm starting. Very expensive hobby, so definitely put some money aside, but starting's cheap and starting small. Little background. I am a full-time EMT, also a volunteer firefighter in my town. So what little time I do have, I also kind of try to do some exploration on cigars, still trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like. But just like with wine and anything else, you got to try to figure out what you like, what you don't like. In an experiment I tried, or I started a couple weeks ago, was trying to infuse some rum with my cigars. I started with CAO Gold, which has kind of been my go-to cigar ever since I got into it. It's very mild, very easy to like and whatnot. So if you're just getting into cigars, I always kind of recommend that and kind of just branch out from there. Start very mild, very small. Kind of go out there. You probably get them about $75 to $80 a box for about 20 of them, which in the cigar industry that's kind of cheap. So I'm going to start off with two experiments that I started approximately about 2.5 weeks ago. One was with Barcardi Oakheart. I started it in a Tupperware container, SO like this. Very airtight. If you open it up, again, this is 2.5 weeks. I want to go all the way to the Super Bowl and have some nice cigars ready for the big game. But these cigars probably not going to be able to use. Just with a regular shot glass in here. It was completely to the top of Bacardi Oakheart. I've opened this probably 3 times in the 2 weeks, but I can probably tell you this is probably going to be a failed experiment. They're pretty tough. Actually, they're pretty spongy, but I don't know if you can tell, but they're starting to bust out. They're starting to swell up. So the wrappers, they're actually starting to, swell, ripping up the wrapper. You can tell another one there. I only did 4 of the 4. I think this one is the only one that's really been able to hold the Bacardi and not tear at all. Again, this is my first video, so if I screw up, don't mind me. There's another one. It's kind of bursting as it seems a little bit. So again, this has kind of been in a learning process. I'm just gonna, even though these probably gonna be a failure, I'm gonna keep going with these cigars until a week before the Super Bowl, which is probably about another week and a half. And what I'll do is I'll put them back in my big humidor, which I have about a 100 count humidor, and kind of let them breathe. And with little research I found, that's pretty much the way we go. In addition to that, I started another one, but this one actually was in a regular humidor. This one's a Rocky Patel, which is quickly becoming my favorite. It's a Rocky Patel humidor, very easy, very cheap, nothing, no special. If you go to Thompson Cigar, you order a box, you spend $100 on Rocky Patel, they give you a free humidor. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. With this one, I used Papa Pilar's Blonde. It's a 3-year-old rum, but it's a blend of different rums put together. It's actually kind of my choice of rum. So what I did was, I'll try to open this up for you guys, is just put it in here and just open it up. Very simple. You guys can see that. It's not a shot glass, but it's just a regular little side Tupperware container. And what I did on this one is I actually removed the wrappers, or the cigar bands. But as you can see, they're actually really, really good. They're a little bit stiffer than the other ones, but for the most part, I think these are going to be really, really well. The research that I've found on the internet is cheap cigars, cheap rum, you're going to get a cheap product. Papa Pilar is probably about $30 to $40 a bottle, depending on where you get it. Also, CAO Gold is a mild, to me, a medium price cigar. It's not cheap, it's not expensive. So it's kind of one of those, if you want a good night, something to have around the house, and you want a cigar, great. So those are pretty good. Again, I'm gonna give these guys about another week and a half. In terms of evaporation, I found a little bit more evaporation um, on the humidor more than the Tupperware. So I think after this experiment, I'm probably going to stick with humidors. I think anybody probably looking at this is probably going to go, he's an idiot. He should have stuck with humidors to begin with. But hey, you live and you learn, and I'm a rookie at this, so whatever. The last weekend I went down to see my dad, probably about 3 hours away, and I found this cigar box that he had. Pretty simple. It's just a normal, cigar box. It has a slide top like this. I've been curing it for the past 2 days. I want to make sure it's nice and humid and whatnot. So what I've been doing, again, we'll try this. just a slide top. It's not really that airtight, but I think it goes with the it does what it's supposed to do. I have a shot glass just filled with water, and I've been rubbing, I've been putting water in here as well. So I'm going to cure it probably tomorrow or the next day after that. What I'll do is I'll probably throw another one. I'll probably try a Kraken, probably put a shot of Kraken, probably another 4 cigars in there, as I just got another box. All the cigars I order are from Thompson. Very good prices. I can't really complain. Plus, depending on what you get, you usually get a decent deal. So, any questions about it, feel free to comment. Go from there. Again, this is my first video, so I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. If not, thanks for watching. And then I'll probably put a link for I'll put a blog up as well that I'm also starting to. Again, this is just a learning process. If you guys are, cigar aficionados, feel free to comment. I'm open to criticism, constructive criticism. If you think I'm an idiot, feel free to just move on. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching, and I'll update when I can. Talk to you guys later. Bye.